We've done it. We've made it through almost the entire day of the Open TI qualifiers.
We have. Well, you made it for about half the day, I'd say.
They actually look ridiculous.
They look really big, don't they?
Yeah. I guess on the camera they look a little bit better. But if you look at it from my angle, like one of them's bent forward, the other one's like inverted. It's not great.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final game. This is an important game.
Yep.
Yellow Submarine versus Pub Players. It's the deciding match in the best of 3 between the two sides. The winner of this will go forward to the TI qualifiers. Johnny, guess into the draft.
Is that like the reverse deal with it?
The reverse deal with it.
Like taking off the sunglasses instead of putting them on?
I thought deal with it is when you take them off.
No, it's when they drop from the top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How could you not know that? You're like a memer.
Johnny, what's wrong with Johnny now? Don't want to, okay, I'll do it again. We'll do it again. Let's go back. What am I doing? The deal with it thing.
Yeah, but they have to come from like up top and then you just...
It's time to get ourselves into the draft.
What? You just threw him at your face.
Just trying to catch
Just
him
put
up.
us in the game, Johnny. I'm done with him. I'm done.
Right. What have we got, Andy?
I like how he even put up one of those little entry, or what do they call them? Transition screens?
Yeah, he was doing that
before?
earlier. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Looks all fancy.
That's the vaginal one. Me and James were saying.
What?
It's like you go in and it's spreading open. You know?
All right. Yeah, it's all right. Whatever. I wish I lived in the world that you two lived in, but unfortunately, I live in the real world where vaginas are not diamonds. But it's fine. I don't know.
You're sleeping with
all right,
the wrong
so
women, Andy.
let's talk a little bit about the drafts from both teams here. And Pub Players, they've had the same kind of draft consistency. They always favor the Keeper of the Light very highly. I think this is the first time in the series they've run Lion or DK. And last game, Yellow Submarine had a pretty successful Lion. I think Fervian was the one who played it.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, but this time it's going to be handling either the Rubik or the Witch Doctor. And Pub Players, they pick up a Slark.
The BM Slark. We saw Yellow Submarine try it, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but the difference is when they pick it here, even though both teams fourth picked it, Pub Players actually have 2 supports that can actually support instead of picking 1 support and then a jungle hero where then you just have abandoned your Slark in the safe lane. So now Yellow Submarine have to decide for themselves, do they want to go aggro? And the next ban out is going to be probably a core from the side of Pub Player, and then from Yellow Submarine they're probably going to ban out a mid or off lane. It looks like Queen is going to be the choice for that. So I don't think Pub Players are planning on going aggressive, but still Yellow Submarine expecting maybe a 1 versus 1 Darkseer versus Queen matchup, and they don't want that. And likewise, the Queen versus Shadow Fiend would also favor the Queen. But I think Dragon Knight will probably be the one to go up against the SF here.
Indeed, now with the final ban from Pub Players, Yellow Submarine, they do still need that position 1. Bristleback will be the ban out. I'm trying to think who has seen Yellow Submarine play in that position 1 that they do like.
They could actually pick like Drow or something. It wouldn't be too bad.
I'm trying to think who I've seen. Who did they play against us that destroyed? Chaos Knight. They loved the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight. I think they'll go Chaos Knight.
That'd be interesting.
They like the Chaos Knight.
Helps the push. Good in team fights. Pretty durable hero. It's actually very good against Slark as well. If you have Phantasm up, of course, it's good. But if you don't have Phantasm, the Slark kind of annihilates you, because you can disjoint the stun very easily with your Dark Pact. Or not disjoint it, but dispel it, and then pop your Shadow Dance and just go ham. But we'll see.
Oh, indeed, the final minute of this final bonus time for Yellow Submarine to pick up their 5th game-changing hero. Who's it going to be? Game-changing. It's going to be the Luna. Okay. Against the Slark, I mean...
They might just dodge, actually. Yeah. I don't know if Luna's the aggressive hero that you want. Like, you still have triple range, so it is still possible that they can contest, especially with Lunar Blessing. I just feel like Luna's not... I mean, they can, but do they want to risk it all? And
I mean, this... Just looking at the draft, this is a pretty damn nice game for a Slark, isn't it?
It is. It's very nice.
I mean, what's
You
going to
own
stop
Shadow
you?
Fiend. You own
What
Witch
is going to
Doctor.
stop you?
You pretty much crush all of these heroes, and they get to the 3rd and 4th pick and they realize it, and it's like, yeah, we should probably run Slark. It's still punishable, but they ban out one of the better heroes at matching up against the Slark in lane, which is the Bristleback. And they also secure Massacre, an offlane hero in the puck. So the question is, do pub players go aggro, or do Yellow Submarines go aggro?
Let's have a look indeed as we get ourselves into this very, very important matchup between Yellow Submarine and pub players. It's the final game of this final best of 3 between the two sides. The winner to go forward to the TI qualifiers in the EU bracket is myself, ODPixel, joined by Draskyl.
Oh, the smoke.
Indeed, the straight up smoke here from Yellow Submarine. I mean, as level 1 teamfight potential goes, you gotta favour the side of Yellow Submarine, haven't you?
Yeah, without a doubt. Lunar Blessing alone makes their level 1 insane.
Slark, this would be a big level. Oh, that was not the place to walk. And
Good lead.
bounce. Not good enough though. He goes down. Maybe they can look for more.
Whoa! That's stun. Good God. All right, he's
He's
dead.
still dead, but
He stuns their whole team and then walks into a corner.
I think the star points were worth it there.
Another 5-man stun? Oh! Okay, they lost.
The star points though, Andy. I mean,
Just pack it in, boys. That's all you get.
that was a good way to start for Yellow Submarine. 2 kills off the straight off. That smoke was. That is how you enter into the game. One of the biggest games of your life. That is what you do.
Yeah, but I've never seen 2 consecutive 5-man impales. And then you still die. Like, how does that even happen? Ice Frog, please change the
I was
scaling
wondering,
of her
what happens to
spike.
the rest of his team there? I mean, I guess one of them was dead, but
They
you
bailed.
throw down one and you're like, guys, I got 5 of them. Yeah, just run away. We don't want to fight. I've got 5 of them again. I did it again, guys. And they're just like, oh, maybe we could have helped out. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty clowny situation. You don't typically see stuff like that.
I don't think that's ever been done in the history of Dota.
It could be the first time in the
First
history
double
of
5-man Earth Spike before the Horn.
Yep.
No.
And then die.
And then die.
It's so disappointing from his perspective because he's like, man, those are really good stuns.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, the start for Yasumi, the kills went to what? The Rubik and the Luna. So, well, that's very nice indeed. And they are running this as an aggressive dual lane partnership. Let's introduce the players as we're certainly going to be getting to know one of these teams a lot more when they hit the qualifiers, and we'll be watching their games. And it'll be interesting, as I said, watching them to see how they do against the real. Well, I say the real teams. These guys are real teams. They've got this far. They class as real teams. It's going to be Dale on the safe lane Darkseer. Fervian's hanging around on the Witch Doctor. And mid lane is going to be Barash on the Shadow Fiend. And bottom lane will be Maposhka on the Luna and PSM on the Rubik. And that is your dire side. Andy, what are we seeing from the Radiant?
Well, first here we're going to have Emperor 606 playing on his Coddle. I think this is the 3rd game in a row, actually. Or maybe it's 2nd game out of the series. Anyway, Paintia is going to be playing on the Dragon Knight in middle lane. Safe lane, we're going to have Masquerade dying here on Puck. And then towards top, we're going to have Suck on the Lion, and then Swift Ending is going to be playing Slark.
Oh man, this is... I just can't help but feel that... Wouldn't it suck to lose this game, Andy? Because this is
it would
there's
suck
no
to lose,
second
dude.
place. There's
Dude,
nothing.
It sucks to lose in Dota, period. Much less when you're losing a game that is letting you get into a qualifier for the biggest tournament of any game. So yeah, it would suck to lose. I agree with your sentiment.
It would suck to lose. I mean, I just felt that was worth pointing out. This is...
I mean, if I had it my way, I'd say they both win, and I just go to sleep. And I sleep much happier than knowing that one of these teams is going to be like totally devastated if they lost.
Yeah, it's... Yeah. Wow, it's going to be a grim one. But at the same time, maybe that, that upset is going to be evened off by the happiness of the team that will win.
Maybe. I think you just want Yellow Submarines to win, so that way you could say you got knocked out by the people who won the qualifiers.
That's the dream, because then we don't feel that bad for getting knocked out, because we obviously played amazingly. It was just the
you didn't even get a tower.
I didn't even get a kill, mate. And I was the carry.
Oh my god.
They're going to look for Fervian here, but the bounces were real. And, well, Dale's got to be there, but at the same time, Lion going into the jungle. The Dukes are there for the time being, but Illuminate flies through. They've caught Witch Doctor. He has got the level 1 restoration. Doing a little bit of work, but it's not going to be quite enough. Slark will find the kill. They did lose the Cottle in return. As a 1-for-1 trader. Bottom lane. Oh, they might lose the puck here as well. They were trying to dive on it. The phase shift was indeed there. And we'll stop them from diving that one down. But mid lane as well, the raises from Barash. He finds himself a solo kill on the DK.
Yeah, you should never really die in your 1v1 matchup. That's like one of the best ways to lose the game, actually. Is if you give a 1v1 matchup too big of an advantage, because then you require the other supports to move. And they're chasing down this battle here. Those autos, 5 health. The Boschka. He got him.
6-1. I mean, first game, we saw a stomp on behalf of pub players. Yep. Second game was very even. The Yellow Submarine take it, and well, 4 minutes into this final game, looks like Yellow Submarine are giving pub players a bit of the taste of their own medicine that was in the first one.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting the lanes to go this poorly for pub. I felt like they had heroes that were within their comfort zone. Maybe
look at this Invis rune here.
Oh god! All right, he spooked him, but I think he'll just make his way back towards middle now. But this is the kind of lane that I usually come to expect when you're having DK versus SF. Like, Barash is crushing the DK. Like, that's what I usually expect, because once he gets a couple of souls, it's just too hard to contest his farm. Like, you can't, even with Breathe Fire, he still has higher base damage than you. So eventually, he's just going to get farther and farther ahead. And who's going to do anything to him? Like, your Coddle right now, he's level 2, 5 minutes in. They're going to try to gank him, though. 3 heroes coming in the physics.
I've got a TP coming in. Oh, the cast is going to bounce perfectly between the two of them. And maybe Brash wants to turn around here with the razors. And he certainly will be able to blow up the Dragon Knight. Lion's just left standing there. He'll go down as well. There's a double kill for Barash. The TPs are real. Witch Doctor there with a Voodoo Restoration and the cast. Perfect play from Fervian.
God, that is so depressing to commit that much. Like, you just 3-man gank a Shadow Fiend. You don't kill him. You give him 2 kills. Like, what are you supposed to do? Honestly, like, this game is just... It's a disaster from the start. Like, this level 5 DK right now, compare that to the level 8 Shadow Fiend. Level 8 at 5.5 minutes in. Like, dear God, Barash is already good enough on Shadow Fiend. You don't need to give him this start.
Alright, this is a very, very healthy start for Barash. Bottom lane, look how aggressive they're going as well. They're just trying to find Massacre. I mean, this is a puck in the safe lane, 6 minutes in, 2 CS Andy.
Yeah, it's not great. He might even be dead.
Oh, he's orbing into this jungle here, into the trees. PSM makes a few tower hits. We'll have to juke it out.
The anti-juke.
The anti-juke is strong with this one. PSM.
He walks the way into the enemy team. That's the juke play.
He's going to try and TP out.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, he is fine indeed, but Cottle's not. Barash picks himself up another kill. 4 kills, 2 assists on your mid lane Shadow Fiend. 6.5 minutes in.
I think Yellow Submarines have woken up. They've started playing to the caliber that I think we both kind of expected, given having seen them in the Dream League. Taking some games off of some even like tier 2, tier 1-ish teams.
Yeah, I mean, they knocked down 4 Clovers when they had Harney and full roster. It's, I mean, it's no surprise indeed that these lads are doing very well, and yeah, maybe more people will be hearing about them in the future. But of course, we are just 7 minutes in. Maybe this is still a game that pub can turn around, but it's going to be a very hard one to do so. And they're kind of feeling themselves in the Slark position of what we saw Yellow Submarine earlier in the series. But arguably the Slark this game is finding some amount of farm here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the saving grace, right? Is since there's so much action going on middle and bottom, like puck being chased down again here.
Yeah, this puck is very much dead. And Witch Doctor will get himself the kill there, 10 for 1.
Yeah, I think they're going to get the tier 1 too. They're going to kill the whole creep wave. They have a fresh creep wave coming in and a catapult. Should be an easy tower. Their team is actually capable of doing Roshan pretty early too, just because of Voodoo Restoration, and they have 2 heroes in their team who can pick up lifesteal early. Like the Luna can just go for the Helm of the Dominator, or they can just go in with, you know, whatever, just kill it.
Towards the top rune. Stale. He's going to be able to grab it, or is he? Mana Leak comes out. There's a haste rune on this DK. Maybe they can kill this Darkseer here. Slark's coming in as well for a bit of the action. Dale trying to juke it out. We'll be able to get the surge up, and the pounce comes through. There'll be a stun as well from the line. And the Breathe Fire finishing off the Darkseer there. So they do get themselves a second kill on the board there, Pub.
Yeah, they desperately needed that too. Okay, so 8 minutes in. 8 minutes in. Aquila, Treads, Bottle, Mech. And
Mech.
PSM finds another kill.
Mech.
Mech.
Oh,
On the Shadow Fiend.
the whole mech?
The whole mech? Yeah,
The
it's on
whole
the courier.
mech. Okay.
I'm just saying
This-
it's not great. It's not great for Pub. Like, they had such a strong showing in game number 1. Game number 2, I thought their draft was great. They just got a little bit outplayed. That happens. Totally
I mean,
understandable.
what, is this outdraft or outplay?
This is outplay.
This is just outplay
This
straight
is
up.
just
Yeah.
straight up outplay. Now, again, picking the Slark seems to be the nail in the coffin for the team that picks it. Because no matter what or when they pick it, it's like, we can't lane the Slark without losing other lanes. Like, that seems to be the biggest problem of the hero, is that he's always punishable. Right now, Snowball is so good. Like, just going for 5-man deathball strategies because of how much money you get from getting the kills, how much money you get from the towers, the fact that rubber banding is less severe. There's just too many strong points to building strong lanes transition into 5-man. Like, that is a very good way to play right now because the patch hasn't really been fully figured out.
No.
So you just use the basics of what you know and you say, look, we'll get a Luna for 5-man. It still works against any Slark lane because Slark is a terrible laner. We have 2 good range supports. We got Shadow Fiend mid against DK. We got the Dream. They're even going to be able to kill the Darkseer once here top lane, but I don't think it really matters too much. And did they give the Aegis to Luna? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they got the rest. They got the Aegis onto the Luna, and at this point, it just feels that Yellow Submarine, they could just power down a lane, and there's not really any reason that they need to stop at this point, surely.
Well, they can probably clear the outer tier towers. I don't know if they try to go high ground. Like, they could probably go tier 2 mid, and then just try to go top tier 1, because, I mean, the tier 1 tower is essentially free gold for everyone in the team. There's no reason to not kill it. And then when you have a game that has stakes this big, you do not try to go high ground until you are 100% sure that you can do it. Because this is game 3, right? If you lose, you don't get another chance. So it's not to say that Yellow Submarines have already won, but if they mess up their high ground pushes, it's the best chance, I think, for Pub to come back into the game.
I mean, let's have a look now. Net 10 minutes in net worth for the individual heroes. You got 6.6k on your Shadow Fiend, 5.8 on your Luna, and then the next closest is the Slark down at 4.3. It is such a massive difference in net worth, coming up to it's around 10,000, and it is again that 1,000 gold per minute difference between the sides, which is something that is just going to be so hard to recover from at this point.
Yeah, whenever you have 2 lanes that lose pretty hard, that in of itself is difficult, but also consider the DK died 1v1 to the Shadow Fiend. Like, Barash just had an amazing middle lane. Still maintains a 3-level lead on the opponent mid. 3 levels. He's gaining a level a minute. He's level 11, 11 minutes. They get the free tier 1 and the off lane. They're even getting some aggressive warding down while still pushing. They can clear the tier 2 top lane and mid if they want. May even have time to kill this tower and defend their tier 1 mid.
Yeah, this is the tier 2 down. Going down indeed. There's the fortification buying them sometime. As you said, they'll find, or at least look for a couple of tier 1s in tow and trade, and they'll find the bottom one. They will find the second one after the fortification comes out, but it looks like, yes, after taking the tier 2, they're thinking about going high ground here, Andy, and it looks like they might just do that.
Against Coddle, it's going to be tough. They do have mech available. They'll get some damage out here. They do have to defend no matter what.
Oh, the wall just getting thrown down straight away by Dale.
Zoning wall, man. Even if they get just the tier 3, I think it's well worth it.
Green coil
Oh, good
onto
coil.
a lot of them, and very nice indeed. Shadow Fiend suddenly dead. Maposhka doing the damage though, has brought down the puck. Will be held in place by the Dragon Tail and Spike. Now the Deathfall comes out with the cask as well. DK will fall. It's 2 heroes down. Maposhka's fairly low. Still trying to fight. He has, of course, got that Aegis, so he has no fear at this point. They've taken the tier 3 with 12 minutes in, and it looks like they might just be able to find themselves a set of racks here as well.
It's amazing to me how much different people play in this patch. Swift Ending getting bursted? Oh, he did. That's stolen illusory orb. And they lose the puck? I think, okay, this is just completely out of hand. This might be the
These
most
games are
one-sided
just-
game I've seen.
I can't believe these games have been very strange, Andy.
I don't know what to say. Like they're just getting completely annihilated. Like they're walking in one by one. They're not really defending with their entire team. They still have 10 seconds left before anyone's alive. Miposhka still has Aegis.
Lion is... I mean, Dragon Knight's trying to go in. Lion will find a stomach, gets lifted up, dragged back. Dale does get low. The tower hits might actually kill him.
Yeah,
It will. But Miposhka's looking for the Dragon Knight. There'll be a TP back into the lane from Masakari. Oars forward, waning rift onto Miposhka. Miposhka still has the Aegis. In comes Barash though. Dragon Knight getting low, backs up. Pots the Requiem. Slark will Dark Pact and jump away. There's no mana. Well, there is now with the charges. He has got the telekinesis available with the Shadow Dance from Slark. They're trying to fight, and maybe Yellow Submarine hung around a little bit too long here. Barash still getting the punches through, and now Miposhka just turns around. They're going to go for the Lion. They'll find the Lion here. Lion gets taken down by the Shadow Fiend. And Yellow Submarine playing very aggressively, and they do lose a few heroes, but it certainly seems to be that they respect and understand the limits that they have at this point in the game. 16 minutes in. 14 minutes in. Jesus, sorry. I'm not
many limits in the 14-minute games, apparently, where you can go high ground, confident, and just smash the enemy team's barracks. I don't even like getting a Rax that early.
Oh, Dragon Knight.
Goodbye, friend. Oh no, he's okay.
He's okay. Hey,
well, maybe not. No, he has Impale.
They've got Fervian coming in. There's the wall. I think the puck's dead. The puck's definitely dead. 18-6. And now they'll probably look to try and take this tier 2. This is the final tier 2 going down if they get this one.
Yep.
Yellow Submarine, this is a very dominant performance from them this game. And as you said, it seems to be slowly over the course of the series they woke up. First game they got stomped. Second game they gave up a pretty good fight. And third game, they've just come into their element. And it just seems to be a little bit too much for Pub to deal with this game.
Yeah, they're just abusing the Sark pick really hard. Like, Sark is very bad at fighting 5-man in the early game because you don't have the damage to kill anyone within Shadow Dance, and you don't have enough farm to really sustain the fight. So your choice is either Rat, in which case the Luna team will definitely be able to push you down. As we saw, they were able to Rax at, what, 12 minutes in? So you don't really have any choices. You have to either do really well on your lane, and he was the one hero on his team who was actually left alone completely. Like, no one was bothering him. And he still can't do crap. Like, he needs BKB, he needs like a Shadow Blade, he needs like damage and survivability. Slark needs items, or he needs to be able to find solo kills on heroes. And the way that Yellow Submarine are playing, it's a pure 5-man draft. So where does he go to find his kills? I mean, for crying out loud, Fervian's going to have a full Aghanims before like 18 minutes in.
And at the same time, also the Rubik on the side. PSM's picked himself up a Blink and an Urn straight up 16 minutes in. Shadow Fiend has now got a complete S and Y on top of the Mecha Keeler, Treads and Bottle. Slark's got his Shadow Blade now, but it's going to be hard for him to find the pickoffs at this point.
The Shadow Blade's nice because if Yellow Submarine, for whatever reason, decide to fall back into some more passive play and try to farm a bit, the Shadow Blade can be used as a tool to pick off, but I don't think Yellow Submarine want to stop the aggression. I think they want to just wait for next Roshan. They want to try to continue pushing up. They just want to make sure they restrict all the map control away from Pub that they feasibly can at this point, which apparently seems to be a lot, as Pub are pretty darn terrified.
Yeah, here we go. Yellow Submarine, they're ready to go down the middle. And they are ready to maybe try and take a second set of racks here into this game. 17 minutes young. Well, but the Shadow Blade on the high ground. Starting up the opposition, seeing if he can get a jump in. Boschka's ready to go. We'll clear out the creep wave very quickly. Dale goes forward. Again, the zoning wall. It's real. Telekinesis onto Masakari. Will be able to orb himself away. Blinding Light does get thrown down. Finger onto Barash, bringing him low. The Voodoo Restoration will bring him back up. Now the Eclipse from Miposhka. They've killed the Dragon Knight. And now they've killed. Lions had to buy back here. The tier 3 is going down. Are they going to be able to fight into this? We need something big. Lion throws out the stun onto Luna. Now Slark coming out for the Shadow Blade, going onto Miposhka. They will maybe... No, he's still alive. They can't even kill the Luna. They'll lose Masakari on the puck. Dragon Knight buys back. But the sustain is too real. They are now out of mana on the Vervian Witch Doctor, so maybe now they'll back themselves up. But they've done a serious amount of damage here to the tier 3. Stun will catch Dale. Refire. Okay. Oh, that's a cheeky kill. They get themselves the Dark Seer. The Shadow-Bladed Slark might be looking to go for more. Can he find anything here? No, he's checking out for them, but no, there was already been a TP out. And looks like he won't find anything else off the back of that. So, arguably not the easiest to pushes from Yellow Submarine, but I mean, how many buybacks came out there? Quite a few.
Two buybacks. Yeah.
2 buybacks, and they still do a considerable amount of damage to that tower.
Yeah, the tower dies next push, 100%. And the thing is, all these fights are occurring without Yellow Submarine having a single BKB. Like, their Luna is going for the Mantis style. Barash went for S and Y. No one even has magic immunity, and they are just running past the tier 3 to be able to go for kills. Like, that Luna dove into the base, and Miposhka just casually walked out. And no one was able to do anything to him because of it. I don't know what your counterplay is right now if you're pub. I'm not saying that they should GG, I'm just saying, like, I honestly don't know how they're able to come back unless Yellow Submarine just dive to tier 4s and just feed themselves. Like, they're so far ahead that they need that to happen. Like, the highest net worth on the side of pub is 7,000. The lowest net worth on Yellow Submarine is 5.5k. So the biggest net worth difference between any hero on either team is 1.5k.
Dragon Knight, he's getting caught out here, and he'll go down with Poshka on an unstoppable kill streak on the Luna.
Yeah, this is it's ugly. It's very ugly, and the Rubik even manages to get his hands on Breathe Fire before the DK dies. So he's got a nuke and a 35% damage reduction ability on top of that for the next push. Roshan's going to be up very soon. They even have a creep scouting it out. The Luna dominated an Ogre Frost Mage. I never even knew it was called that, by the way. I just wanted to immerse myself in the game lore. No, the Ice Armor Ogre. It's called the Ogre Frost Mage. I never would have known unless I casted these qualifiers. You learn something every day, Owen.
Got good teeth as well. Look at his face.
Impressive.
Impressive stuff. Gucci Gucci.
Why is there... What? Oh, that was a ward. I was like, what is that?
Checking him out.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're doing Roshan B. This is easy Roshan. The side of Yellow Submarine. Luna with the Aegis.
Yeah, no contention. Not really much of a surprise, though. Like, how do you fight around the pit with Eclipse and Vacuum, Death Ward? Like, there's no blink on pub, so they have no way of being able to stop, like, the Death Ward from being cast. They have no way to initiate a good fight. Like, the Puck has a Bracer and Treads. He did not have a good safe lane. Like, he is 0-7 and 3. Now, granted, that means he's been involved in slightly less than half of his team's kills, but I think Yellow Submarine have had enough. I think this is where they go high ground and just try to end it. I mean, for crying out loud, this Witch Doctor almost has a level 11 Agon in his OP.
It's not great. Things did not go to plan for pub. That's a nice dream coil. I mean, that's a 5-man dream coil there.
Courier.
But is the dream included itself? It doesn't look like it. That's 2 heroes down with Sakura. It's a triple kill for Luna. Nobody's got buyback on the side of pub players. GG's cool. And they did it. They did it, and fair play to the side of pub. You know, they got as far as they did. We see them give well played. Good luck to the side of Yellow Submarine. And Yellow Submarine, they got to be pretty happy. I mean, if I were there, I'd be going out for a drink now. You'd hit the town.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hit the town.
I mean, when you win something like this, and
this is a big win for them.
They're still, I would say, a more known team than pub were, but they're not a well-known team. And I think just winning the Open Qualifiers in of itself kind of puts you at a place where even the players themselves become more under the spotlight, which is definitely what you want. Because you want people to be able to pick up these players if the team doesn't stay together. You know, even if the team does well during the qualifiers, then you have a bigger following. You might find a real sponsor. You know, you move on from there. So it's really nice to see a team actually making their way into the qualifiers. And again, well played by pub. They did very well in the first game. Just seems like they couldn't quite keep it together in game number 3. I think the Slark pick really hurt them.
It was a weird series. Yeah. The first game was the game that it was the game that Yellow Submarine dropped at the start, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
and then they got trashed.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of feeling don't pick Slark unless what? What are they missing with the Slark?
It doesn't lend itself to this style of play. Like, any team that sees a Slark is going to do one of 2 things. They're going to pick really strong lanes, or they're already going to have strong lanes. and then they're gonna death ball, or they're gonna death ball. Like that's what you do against Clarke. Like you just don't stop grouping up.
Yeah.
You just pick a 5-man hero like Luna, who has the blessing to give you bonus damage. You walk down lanes, you kill towers, and the Clarke cannot do anything against that. Like you don't have enough team fight utility. Like even having a Keeper of the Light, one of the best D-pushing heroes in the game, and they still couldn't hold the base. Like they have DK, Breathe Fire, they have Illuminate, they have Illusory Orb, they have Impale, they have a lot of ways to clear the wave. But it just didn't matter. They were dying all over the place. There was just too much pressure being applied to every single lane. Like that, there was never a point in the game where I thought that Pub had an advantage. Now, granted, dying at the beginning did not help. Like they lost their Slark before the creep wave spawned, and they lost the Lion, and they gave one of the kills to the Luna and one of the kills to I think the Rubik.
Yes, Rubik got the first kill.
So everything considered, like even if they had started fresh, I would say they would have struggled against Yellow Submarines early mid game. But if they had been able to turtle it out, maybe, because the Slark late game is always going to be very strong, very hard hero to lock down. But at the end of the day, they just didn't have it in the tank. So again, big congratulations to Yellow Submarines. You know what that means?
That means we're done.
Well, it means we're done.
Oh.
But it also means that the team that you lost to in the qualifiers won.
Yes! I'm so happy.
So now you can sleep better today.
So, yeah, just in guys, you guys, if I hadn't told you enough, yeah. Well, when we entered round 1, we got matched up against a team called Yellow Submarine. We got knocked out by Yellow Submarine. But Yellow Submarine went on from that stage, in which there were 1,024 teams involved, to being the best team out of those 1,000. They knocked us out round 1, so I think we're safe to say our team was the second best in the qualifiers. We just got knocked out by the champions round 1. You know, if it was double elimination, we would have been straight back up there, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was just the fact that we got drafted against Yellow Submarine. And
best of ones, man. Bullshit.
Absolutely. It's well played. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they do against the big teams. And I think, you know, from what we've seen from Yellow Submarine, I think they've got what it takes to take down some of them.
They might be able to take some games.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get stomped every game. I think their play is quite versatile. The Darkseer, I've got to say, is one of the heroes you've got to be a little bit wary if they get.
Yeah, maybe.
They know what they're doing on that hero.
Yeah. Dale, you just ban out Dale. That's all you do. You ban Axe and you ban Darkseer.
It's true.
Yeah.
And Barrage Shadow Fiend, pretty legit.
It is.
He was killing people on his own. He was finding all the action. It's good stuff. But
we're done here.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. Are you going to bed or are you streaming?
Oh god, I'm going straight to bed. I'm so tired.
I'm gonna go to bed as well. But thank you for watching the stream here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and that's it for qualifiers. Me and you will be back on Tuesday doing Dream League.
Yes.
So that'll be cool. So do tune into Dream League on Tuesday. But until that happy time, go and watch Draskyl on the stream.
I'm going to bed.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah. I was like,
tomorrow.
I'm not streaming now.
No, tomorrow.
Okay.
You can watch Draskyl.
Yeah.
Go and watch Draskyl. That's my advice for you people. But for now, let's go and watch that other tournament, Draskyl. That's what I'm going to do. But you guys can go away now. So, I'll see you guys about. Thank you for tuning in.
Sure.
Johnny, go on something.
Excuse me, just one moment. Billy Bobby, how are you, mate?
Johnny boy!